practice of local inspectors applying markings to the outside of residential electrical panels sparks debate. Arguments exist for and against this practice. Considering the arguments in favor, firstly, these markings, sometimes referred to as stickers, aid in identifying the electrical panel's location. This becomes crucial for emergency responders who require swift access. Secondly, they convey information about the electrical system, typically including the amperage and voltage, and the inspector's identification. Thirdly, they may deter unauthorized tampering by making it more challenging to open the panel and alter the electrical system. On the other hand, arguments against these markings exist. Firstly, they can be aesthetically unappealing, potentially detracting from the home's appearance. Secondly, they may be difficult to remove without causing damage to the panel surface. Thirdly, they may attract insects and other pests. The decision to permit or prohibit such markings often rests with local ordinances, with some municipalities banning them while others allow them. If the appearance of your home is a concern, contacting your local building department is advisable to understand the regulations in your specific area. In the meantime, several strategies can mitigate the impact of these markings. One suggestion is to select a marking that is as small and discreet as possible. Another is to position it in a less conspicuous location. It is also possible to utilize a paint marker to color the marking to match the panel's color. By taking these actions, one can maintain the aesthetic appeal of their home while adhering to local regulations. Let's delve deeper into the arguments for these markings. From a safety perspective, quickly identifying the electrical panel during an emergency is paramount. Imagine a fire breaks out, and firefighters need to shut off the power. A clearly marked panel saves precious time. Moreover, the information about amperage and voltage assists electricians and other qualified personnel when performing maintenance or repairs. It ensures they are working within safe parameters and using the correct equipment. The deterrence of tampering is another significant advantage. Electrical panels house potentially dangerous components. Unauthorized access can lead to electrical shock, fire hazards, or damage to the electrical system. Markings, even if seemingly simple, can act as a deterrent, discouraging unqualified individuals from interfering with the panel. Conversely, the aesthetic concerns are valid. Homeowners take pride in their property's appearance, and a large, unsightly marking can be a source of frustration. The difficulty in removing these markings adds to the problem. Often, they are made of durable adhesive materials that resist easy removal, potentially leaving behind residue or damaging the paint. The concern about attracting pests is also noteworthy. Certain insects are drawn to adhesives, and a marking on an electrical panel could inadvertently create a haven for them. From a regulatory perspective, the lack of uniformity in enforcement is a source of confusion. Some jurisdictions mandate these markings, while others prohibit them. This inconsistency can lead to misunderstandings and compliance challenges for homeowners and contractors. It is essential to be aware of the specific regulations in your locality. When regulations permit markings, consider the size and placement carefully. Opt for the smallest marking that still provides the necessary information. Choose a location that is discreet but readily accessible in case of an emergency. For example, the inside of the panel door might be an option if permitted. The practice of matching the marking's color to the panel's color is a clever way to minimize its visual impact. A paint marker that closely matches the panel's hue can blend the marking seamlessly into the background. In cases where markings are unavoidable, explore alternatives to traditional stickers. Some inspectors may be open to using permanent markers or other less obtrusive methods. Communication with your local building department is key to finding a solution that satisfies both regulatory requirements and your aesthetic preferences. Beyond the practical considerations, the debate surrounding electrical panel markings raises broader questions about the balance between safety, aesthetics, and regulatory burden. Finding a solution that addresses all these concerns requires open communication, flexibility, and a willingness to compromise. Some municipalities are exploring alternative marking systems that are both informative and visually appealing. These include using smaller, standardized markings, incorporating them into the panel's design, or utilizing electronic identification systems. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical systems without compromising the aesthetic appeal of homes. Consider the long-term implications of these markings. Over time, they may fade, peel, or become illegible. Regular inspections and maintenance are essential to ensure that the markings remain effective and do not create any unforeseen problems. If you are selling your home, be prepared to address any concerns that potential buyers may have about the markings. Some buyers may find them unsightly and request their removal. In conclusion, the practice of applying markings to residential electrical panels is a complex issue with valid arguments on both sides. By understanding the pros, cons, regulations, and mitigation strategies, you can make informed decisions and protect your property's safety and aesthetic appeal. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for electrical installations, but specific requirements regarding panel markings are typically determined by local jurisdictions. Therefore, always consult with your local building department to ensure compliance. The NEC Section 110.22 addresses the identification of disconnecting means, which can be related to the information provided on panel markings. This section emphasizes the importance of clearly identifying the purpose of each circuit breaker or switch to prevent confusion and ensure safe operation. The NEC Article 408 covers switchboards and panel boards, providing requirements for their construction, installation, and labeling. This article emphasizes the need for clear and accurate labeling of circuits to facilitate troubleshooting and maintenance. When selecting a paint marker to color the sticker, ensure that it is compatible with the panel's material and paint finish. Using the wrong type of paint can damage the panel or create a chemical reaction that leads to discoloration or corrosion. Test the paint on an inconspicuous area of the panel before applying it to the entire sticker. Consider the environmental impact of the marking materials. Choose eco-friendly options whenever possible to minimize your carbon footprint. Some manufacturers offer stickers and markers made from recycled materials or with low volatile organic compound or VOC content. Explore the possibility of using a transparent cover over the sticker to protect it from the elements and prevent it from fading or peeling. This can prolong the sticker's lifespan and maintain its appearance. Ensure that the cover does not obstruct the information on the sticker or create a glare that makes it difficult to read. If you are concerned about the adhesive used on the sticker, consider using a removable adhesive that will not damage the panel's surface. These adhesives allow you to remove the sticker without leaving behind residue or causing discoloration. However, be aware that removable adhesives may not be as durable as permanent adhesives and may require more frequent replacement. Research alternative marking methods that do not involve stickers or paint. Some inspectors may be willing to use embossed labels, engraved plates, or other permanent marking techniques that are less visually intrusive. These methods can provide a durable and aesthetically pleasing way to identify electrical panels. Consider the long-term maintenance of the markings. Over time, the markings may become faded, damaged, or illegible. Establish a regular maintenance schedule to inspect the markings and replace them as needed. This will ensure that the information remains accurate and accessible. Be aware of any changes in local regulations regarding electrical panel markings. Building codes and ordinances are subject to change, so it is important to stay informed about the latest requirements. Contact your local building department periodically to inquire about any updates or revisions. Document all electrical work performed on your home, including any changes to the electrical panel. Keep records of inspections, repairs, and modifications to ensure that your electrical system is properly maintained and compliant with regulations. When communicating with your local building department, be polite, respectful, and professional. Explain your concerns clearly and listen carefully to their responses. Working collaboratively with inspectors can lead to mutually beneficial solutions. If you are unable to resolve your concerns with the local building department, consider contacting a qualified electrical contractor for assistance. An experienced contractor can provide expert advice and guidance on electrical panel markings and other electrical issues. Remember that safety is paramount. Never attempt to remove or modify electrical panel markings without the proper knowledge and training. Always consult with a qualified electrician before performing any electrical work. Stay informed about electrical safety practices and share this information with your family and neighbors. Electrical safety is a shared responsibility, and everyone can play a role in preventing electrical accidents. Regularly inspect your electrical panel for any signs of damage or wear. Look for loose wires, corroded connections, or signs of overheating. If you notice any problems, contact a qualified electrician immediately. Install arc fault circuit interrupters, or SICE, and ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, to protect against electrical shocks and fires. These devices can detect dangerous electrical conditions and automatically shut off the power to prevent accidents. Use surge protectors to protect your electronic devices from power surges. Power surges can damage or destroy sensitive electronic equipment, so it is important to protect them with surge protectors. Avoid overloading electrical circuits. Overloading a circuit can cause the wires to overheat and create a fire hazard. Use a circuit analyzer to determine the load on each circuit and avoid exceeding the maximum capacity. Keep electrical cords and outlets away from water. Water is a conductor of electricity, so it is important to keep electrical cords and outlets away from water to prevent electrical shocks. Never use damaged electrical cords or appliances. Damaged cords or appliances can create a fire hazard or cause an electrical shock. Repair or replace damaged cords and appliances immediately. Unplug electrical appliances when not in use. Unplugging appliances when not in use can save energy and reduce the risk of electrical shock or fire. Teach children about electrical safety. Children should be taught about the dangers of electricity and how to use electrical appliances safely. Have your electrical system inspected by a qualified electrician periodically. A qualified electrician can identify potential problems and ensure that your electrical system is operating safely and efficiently. Consider the aesthetic impact of other electrical components in your home, such as outlets, switches, and lighting fixtures. Choose components that complement your home's decor and enhance its overall appearance. Explore the use of smart home technology to control and monitor your electrical system. Smart home devices can provide valuable information about your energy consumption and allow you to remotely control lights, appliances, and other electrical equipment. Consider the long-term cost of electrical upgrades and renovations. While some upgrades may have a higher upfront cost, they can save you money in the long run by reducing your energy consumption and improving the efficiency of your electrical system. Obtain the necessary permits and inspections for all electrical work. Electrical work requires permits and inspections to ensure that it is performed safely and in compliance with regulations. Work with a licensed and insured electrical contractor. A licensed and insured contractor has the expertise and experience to perform electrical work safely and efficiently. They also carry insurance to protect you from liability in case of accidents or injuries. Get multiple bids from electrical contractors before hiring one. Comparing bids can help you find the best price and value for your electrical work. Ask for references from previous customers. Checking references can help you assess the contractor's quality of work and customer service. Read the contract carefully before signing it. Make sure that the contract clearly outlines the scope of work, the price, the payment schedule, and the warranty. Consider the environmental impact of your electrical consumption. Reduce your energy consumption by using energy-efficient appliances, turning off lights when you leave a room, and unplugging electronics when not in use. Support renewable energy sources, such as solar and wind power. Renewable energy sources can reduce your carbon footprint and help to protect the environment. Educate yourself about electrical codes and standards. Understanding electrical codes and standards can help you make informed decisions about your electrical system. Stay up to date on the latest electrical safety practices. Electrical safety practices are constantly evolving, so it is important to stay informed about the latest recommendations. Attend electrical safety workshops and seminars. These events can provide valuable information and training on electrical safety. Share your knowledge of electrical safety with others. By sharing your knowledge, you can help to create a safer community for everyone. Remember that electricity is a powerful force that should be treated with respect. Always follow electrical safety practices and never take risks with electricity. 110.22 is the NEC designation that mentions that the identification shall be durable enough to withstand the environment. The NEC is updated every 3 years, so stay current with your local requirements.